So there was this young preacher, and he was getting cocky. He'd been to seminary. He had been studying his Bible for years. He knew so much. It wasn't nothing anybody could tell him, and he didn't need to study anymore to preach a sermon. In fact, he got to feeling that so much that one Sunday he goes up to church, and he tells his congregation, I want somebody to quote a scripture, and I'm going to preach from that scripture. So that's what they started doing for several next Sundays, is they would quote a scripture to the preacher, and he'd expound on it and explain it to him. And this old woman, she's like, this cocky little joker. I got his number. So the next Sunday they come in, and he said, who's got a scripture for me today? And she said, these 8 did milk a bear. And he looks at her for a second. He says, all right. And he kind of grins, and he's walking around back and forth. He said, you know, if you're going to milk a bear, you're going to have a few things. One, you're going to have to be led of God, because why would you want to milk a bear? 2, you're going to have to be prayed up, because you're going to have to seek God to see how you're going to do this. You're going to need a plan. 3, you're going to have some strength. And after service, everybody's saying bye, everybody's shaking hands. He walked up to the old woman, and he said, where did you find that scripture? And she showed the Bible to him. It was Genesis chapter 22, verse 23. And it reads a little bit different in the American Standard Version. And that's where it says, these 8 did milk a bear. But here's what it says in my good old trusty King James. And after a little context, even the American Standard Version, he realized what it actually said. It said, and Bethuel begat Rebekah. These 8 Milcah did bear to Nahor, Abraham's brother. Milcah was the name of a woman who had given birth to 8 sons. We need to make sure that we're checking our Bibles, studying our Bibles. Don't be just taking other people's words for it, or you might be milking bears.